Most people think that it's their script that's losing them the sale, but really often it's the delivery. Many are gonna think that they just need to change what they're saying, so maybe they didn't explore some pain points, maybe they just said something wrong. But I'm telling you, if you're losing the sales that you are confident you could close, you know, the prospect is good, I'm giving you a 99% guarantee that it was your delivery which lost you the sale. So in this video, I'll share subtle habits that are losing you the sale, but no experts ever talk about this because it kind of comes to them naturally. Like, they've had so much experience, they've spoken to so many people, that they just know what to avoid and what to not do. They know how to control their voice. Now, I actually got the idea for this episode from the Diary of CEO with Win Jung, one of the best communicators in the world, and he really knows what he's talking about. Some tips were taken straight from that video. I just linked them more to the sales, but if you want to watch the full video, I'm gonna link it in the description or at the end of this video. The tips I'm gonna share will work. I guarantee that once you start implementing them, your close rates will improve significantly. This is practically a free guide, but it's only gonna be worth it if you actually take the action. So by continuing to watch this video, you're promising me that you're gonna take all of the steps necessary, okay? Now let's get into it. I'm gonna be sharing my screen here, got the blue light blockers on. Okay. So mistake number one is your voice isn't matching your price point. If you're selling a 5K offer, but speaking like you're scared that the other person's gonna shout at you, or you're just sounding unsure, well, the worst thing that you can do actually is sound unconfident when you're dropping the price. And even if it sounds like a big number to you, never show it. At least pretend that you're making this kind of money like every day, that you're closing deals like this, just daily, like hourly. It's just like that. It's like so easy. This number means nothing to you. People can feel when you're feeling scared. Win Jung, I really hope I'm pronouncing his name right, he said that we have 10 levels of our voice, and usually in daily conversations we speak on levels 3 to 4, but you know, we have like 10 levels. On sales calls, you want to sound a confident 6 because you're still calm but sounding confident. You're leading the conversation. When your voice is down, you're sounding not confident. For example, why am I using this microphone right now? To sound louder. If I were talking like this, if my microphone was here and I had no microphone, would you watch a whole ass video with me talking like this as if I'm in some kind of vacuum? Probably no, right? We always need to sound a bit louder. Sales tip here is record your calls. Notice, do you ever trail off when pitching the price? Do you ever sound unsure during handling objections? These little things make a lot of a difference. Number two is you're not using pauses, so nothing lands. It's no surprise that on sales calls we buy when we come to some kind of decision, and we make those decisions when thinking, usually in silence. So pauses on calls are the power. They signal confidence, they create tension, and let your words really sink in. You can practice asking key questions. For example, what would this mean to you? And then shut up. You've probably seen those videos on Instagram as well when people say that they'll just drop the price, they'll say the price, and then just shut up. Like, it's silence, because this is when people are thinking. By that time, you've probably done most of the kind of exploring into where they are right now, what they want to do, and you kind of positioned your program as the best solution possible. So there is nothing you can say then. They just need to think from what you've told them, like, will this be the best decision possible? And then they'll probably come with some objections or just check out and say, yeah, that sounds good. How do I pay? Whatsoever. A pro tip here is also calm yourself down before the call. Deep breath in, hold for 15 seconds and breathe out. Another technique that I love is box breathing. So you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and hold for 4 seconds again. So it's like a box. You can actually draw a box somewhere on like a piece of paper and visualize it. Or there are a lot of videos on YouTube as well. Mistake number 3 is your monotone is making the people tune out. Even if what you're saying is actually gold, if it's all said with the same tone, they'll mentally check out. Think of the time when you were in high school. We probably all had some kind of teacher who was really boring, like their subject was the most boring thing ever because they always spoke in this monotone, even sounded as if they're not interested in the subject themselves. I actually changed 3 schools, but I remember in my first school, I always hated maths because it was really boring. Now, when I went to the second school, I had a really interesting teacher. He was very engaging. He always asked you questions. His voice tone was always more up. It was more like uplift, if you can say this. And this is why when I went to college, I actually took maths and I did like a mini degree in maths because I found that it was really interesting just because of that teacher. Now, pro tip is read your offer out loud like you're reading a bedtime story. If it sounds boring even to you, imagine how it sounds to other people. Mistake number 4 is you probably use filler words, and it makes people question your authority. Filler words is more of a self-soothing. Actually, the difference between pauses and filler words is, first, pauses, they signal confidence. This is the way of you leading the conversation. So you are the one creating the pauses. You are the one who decides when to pause and let those people think. So pauses, they actually make you feel more confident and dominant in the conversation. You're the one leading it. But filler words, it kind of signals that you're afraid of pauses. You're trying to avoid them, and by that you're just making yourself seem more nervous and less confident. If you watch some of the most successful TED Talks, you'll notice that those speakers, they never say yeah more than twice or like 3 times in that whole speech. Even in videos like this one, I try to cut those pauses off because it will just lose your attention as well. On sales calls, you can replace them with intentional silences. So silence is good. We just talked about this. You should not avoid it by making yourself seem awkward. You can watch a transcript of your last sales call and highlight your filler phrases. Or I have an activity for you. Pause this video right now, go on your camera app and record a 1-minute video about everything that you've just learned from this video that you're watching right now. So right now we're on mistake number 4. So we've covered 3 mistakes fully. This is 4th. Tell me in 1 minute what you've learned, just like on the video. And then you can rewatch it and notice what fillers come out when you're thinking. So these are probably the fillers that you're using most of the time, and think, how can you replace them? Like, what words could you replace them with? Or do they make you sound not confident? Just analyze that video and actually save it for our mistake number 5, because you might want to use it again. So mistake number 5 is you've never actually watched yourself sell. If you wouldn't buy from the version of you from your last call, your prospects won't either, unless they're just crazy or super interested to the point that they probably didn't need a sales call in the first place. There's a Diary of CEO tip from that episode that I spoke about at the beginning of this video. You can watch your recorded calls 3 times. First one is with sound to kind of notice your tone. Second, without sound to notice your body language, your energy, like how do you behave yourself on that sales call. And third, you can just read the transcript to look at your word choice. Once again, if you use any filler words to kind of identify this stuff, you can use the video that you recorded for mistake number 4 to do this as well. By the way, you're gonna love this. I made the cheat sheet with 10 questions that you can ask on a sales call to feel more dominant, and which you can use whenever you wake up at the beginning of the day, you're feeling not salesy, like you're feeling low energy, you don't feel like you can lead the conversation today, and you don't know what to do. This is pretty much a script that you can follow. I tell you everything, like what kind of questions those are, when to ask them, what tone to use, how to follow up. I literally walk you through everything step by step, and you can get this cheat sheet for yourself. I explain it all in a YouTube video, which I'll link down below in the description. You can watch it, linked it down below, or you can just go on my YouTube channel and look for the video that I posted last week. It's called 10 ways to turn your leads into buyers on the sales call. And this is pretty much it for this quick video. I hope you found it useful. If you watched up until now, I promise you're gonna love the video that I spoke about, just where I reveal the 10 questions that you can use on a sales call, and I walk you through all of it. So you can go in the description, as I said, and go and watch it. Now remember to subscribe for more and follow my Instagram. It's copy.darina. I actually post daily about sales or just about my life. You'll probably love it. So if whenever you're on Instagram, you can kind of just go through the content and learn more about sales. Thank you for watching this far, and I'm hoping to see you next video.
So